Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Connect. I'm your host, Sam, and we are back again with another one. The Euro 2024 comes to an end, and as they come to a close, what we can all look at is the what ifs and what we thought and what we could have seen when we look at football as a whole and how this turned up, to be honest, because there was a lot of things that could have happened differently when you really vision it really proper. To be honest, this should have been a different there should have been a different outcome when it comes to this should have been an exciting games when they wanted to, but the problem is this: maybe management styles as well as management in terms of the way it was set up did not help some of the players to be successful when it comes to what they needed to see at the very end. Gareth Southgate came into this tournament, and I think what he was only interested in was trying to be negative, because what we saw in this tournament, there are so many questions we need to ask him rather than what we are getting to see, really, when you are being honest. So the game finished Spain 2, England 1. And I think Spain has deserved this. The whole entire tournament, they've been the team to beat. They've played so well. They haven't lost a game. And everything was leading to them being crowned as the champions of the Euros. So before I go in with do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. The best way you support the Connect. And I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. How did you see this game being played on? Tomorrow, there will be a video that I was going to be dropped on the Connect, just to give you an idea in terms of the tactics and analysis that I did, and how I was being a little bit brutal to some of the players who maybe so many people were expecting to pay a good performance in this tournament, but they did not turn up. So I had to really look at them in an in-depth look and give my thoughts in terms of how the games played out and came out like, but also looking at how some of the players who were put into the light of the other team, being Spain, actually were amazing to see what they actually did and how they were active when it comes to the work rate and what they needed to produce, and maybe that's what gave them the victory at the end of the day. So I want to know what your thoughts will be and what you're expecting to see. So coming into this tournament, of course, Spain were the favorites, and there is a reason why they were favorites. Is because this whole entire tournament, they've been flowing so good, playing so well, and they were attacking this tournament so well, and they played so well to deserve to be where they are. They kept on doing the same thing that they do. When they lose the ball, they put all their players on the ball. They make sure that the press of the player with the ball, win it back and try to attack, and they did it so well. And at some point you could see that they were attacking so fast, and I was really a bit surprised that you would see a 17-year-old kid being the guy who tries to cool the team down, to say, let's play it so easy, we will get through these things, we'll break down, and they will play so well. And because at some point, as they were attacking, as they were going forward, you could see him holding on the team, saying, no, take it easy. Let's do the 1-2-1-2 passes. Let's opening up the games. Let's keep going forward, and we'll win the game at the end of the day, because that's what they needed to do, to win the game at the end of the day, and that's what they gave them the victory, and they won it. And to be honest, I think it was a good game when you look at it. It was what we needed to see when we see football winning, because some of the teams that they've got into this tournament did not deserve to be in this tournament. That's why I'm going to be coming at some of the players who I feel like have let down morely than what we really expect. I'm talking of Harry Kane. I'm talking about Jude Bellingham, but not in today's game, in the other games. I'm talking of Phil Foden. I'm also talking at, when you will look at it, I'm talking to players like, my brain just went a bit blank, but I'm talking of players like, Declan Rice, a guy we really put so well. But also looking at players who have done so well for this English team. Kobbie Mainoo came in as the youngsters, played so well, being so very, very good going forward. Cole Palmer coming in as a substitute every single time, either scoring or assisting or being very, very effective going forward. Looking at the likes of Ole Watkins coming in as well, being as very, very good in terms of how we approach the game going forward and being so good. Looking as well, Ivan Toney at the moment when it matters, doing so well. Looking at likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold being put to be exposed by the manager in the position being played on, but yet being the most creative and trying to help the team going forward, and the whole entire people coming after them. So those are the players you can say that, okay, they did so well. Playing talking about the players like Anthony Gordon, given 1 minute to play, and the 1 minute that he played, up to the end of the day, it's still the best player that we saw England playing the whole entire tournament. And I'm really disappointed that we got to see that, and we still cannot even give an idea of what led into this performance. And that's why I feel like they came out of this game without anything. Let's talk about Spain on the other side. They chose Laporte, and the grown-ass man who's really grown. They put on their players like Carvajal, one player that we are thinking maybe should be heading to retirement. They had their backline. I have to say it was the oldest backline in terms of age in this whole entire tournament, because most of those people are heading to retirement. In the midfield, put Rodri, put Fermin Lopez. I think that's his name, Fermin Lopez, right? Let me know in the comment section, because I don't want to call him by a weird name like I think I just did. Putting Fabian Luiz, who played so well, by the way. Dani Olmo, in some point it was Pedri. They played so well until Toni Kroos started to play WWE on the young kid, and he had to be taken out. Came in, and in their forward line said that we need a bit of experience, and they said we're gonna choose Alvaro Morata as the captain, who's gonna be standing in the lead in front. And rather than being the Alvaro Morata we are used to, who's always a goal scoring machine, gets the chance in scoring and try by means to be influential to go score chances, they said no, you're gonna play a different role. You're gonna play as a false nine. The reason why I want you to play as a false nine is because you have the new generations on your sides who are very, very effective going forward. So you're gonna work so hard to put Nico Williams into the games. You're gonna work so hard to make sure that you set up and take on the defense, to make sure that the players like Lamine Yamal be so influential going forward, because we believe in you. You are the guy who can turn this game up exactly for us. And he did his position so well. His take-ons, his movement caused so many problems, and in his movements it created so many spaces. That's where the goal from Nico Williams came from. That's where the assist from Yamin came from, when you thought he was passing to Dani Olmo or maybe passing to this guy, to Morata. It went straight to the player who was actually going to be influential, and that's how they won the game. They knew how to set up. They knew that if you try to stop Nico Williams, you can't stop the other guy on the other side. So when we deploy these kids, when we make sure that they are there to hunt you, you will have a problem to have a direction on stopping them. And if you cannot stop them, it gives so much opportunity for us to hurt you. And that was the mission of the Spanish coach. And I think when you look at it now in the end, they've actually had a good system which actually helped them, because they beat so many teams and they were so well. There were teams that were in this tournament who were actually had a bigger mouth to talk rather than actually what was being put on the pitch. Yes, I'm talking about France. We had them coming after a young kid, trying to cause chaos, and the young kid kept them all silent and caused chaos. Because sometimes when you're not performing well on the pitch, and France, to be honest, in this tournament did not perform, you don't need to talk so much. And that's what led into the embarrassment that they suffered in the hands of Yamal in terms of how the game went on. But when we look at today's game, really, because you find that it's difficult to analyze this England versus Spain game, because defensive wise, when we think about it, England did not do that bad, because I think they stopped most of the chances on the other sides. But their problem was only on one side, the right-hand side, because Kyle Walker kept on getting lost in his position. And in doing that, it exposed so many players. Because if you gonna watch the video that is gonna be tomorrow on the Connect on YouTube, if you're gonna watch tomorrow, go look at the analysis that I was doing. I was really exposing so many chances where the defense of England was being forced to move at the wrong side, because Kyle Walker was not at the position which was meant to be to help out the team. And I think that's what exposed this England team, and they just could not do anything to try and get something. Of course, the last game it worked so well, having Bellingham and Foden playing forward, but it was a different team. And today we saw how they were vulnerable and how they could not stop this team. And There's so much we can talk about today's final, but I think at the end of the day, the system has to change. Gareth Southgate has to move on, because I think everything he had to do, what we expected him to offer, he did not offer so well, and he has really exposed this English team. And now look at where they are now. Look at what is coming out ahead. They need a new manager. I actually feel like Graham Potter would do a much better job than what this guy is doing. What he's doing as a manager, how he is embarrassing this team, I think it has gone way enough. Now you need some change. I'm hoping the FA could see it, but I don't. Wait a minute, I don't think they do see it. They've already given this manager a new contract, so it has to be in his hands to say, okay, I've been given 8 years, and in the 8 years I've gone to the final of the Euros 2 times, and I have failed to win when it's time to cross the bridge. Maybe I need a manager who can do that. Who, of course, there's that saying that you can take a horse to drink water to the river, but you can't force it to drink water. This is the guy who has taken the horse to the river, because England were very low, but they've been put so well close to actually achieve something special. Now they need somebody who has the capacity, the tenacity, who's willing to risk it a bit to make sure that they cross the finishing line and actually get something, at the end of the day. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think of today's performance, and what are you expecting to see going forward? And what did you think of the final as a whole? Because when I'm to grade it, I think it has to be a C plus, or even a C, or even a D, because I felt like so many big teams did not deliver in this tournament. France did not. The Swiss tried. England did not deliver. Italy did not deliver. Portugal did not deliver. So many big teams came into this tournament, did not deliver. But we also saw some serious exposure to players like Cristiano Ronaldo. I think it's time for him to hang out his boots, to put his boots down and say that I'm gonna be moving forward, because what he has been doing, really, it has not been working so well, and I think he needs to walk out while he still has the chance to do so. So there is a lot of things we can look at it in terms of this tournament and everything we learned from all this. But all in all, I have to say thank you very much for being with me in this tournament. Let's now start preparing for a new season. The Premier League is here, and I'm really excited. I wish you guys the best. You click the like button, you subscribe to the Connect, and let me know your thoughts. Will be in the comment section. I'm out. Subscribe to the Connect, and I'll be your Sam. See you. Premier League is here.